I worship a deathless death. How you doing? How's it going? Let's play some music. We'll wait for people to get in here. This is Bunkbed Coffin. Something in the Way. You may know that song. Some of you young heads may be like, oh yeah, this is the Batman song. No. It was a great rendition, but they tricked you into thinking that movie would be as good as the Kurt Cobain Nirvana song, Something in the Way. This song is a bunk bed version, a bunky version, bunk bed coffin. Link to his channel on YouTube in the description. But this is Something in the Way. I figure this is appropriate. There's always a bunk bed coffin song or rendition version that suits the mood of the news. By the way, I'm Rob. I'm bringing news, commentary, entertainment, and I'm an ordained reverend, so this is our Mass. Welcome to Mass. You don't have to be religious, you just have to believe in the people. You have to believe in doing good. You have to believe in standing up and speaking out when oppressive forces are at bay, in their swine bays. So welcome to my church. We're going to talk about possibly the most insane Epstein files drop ever. Ever. Take it, Bunky. This is Bunkbed Coffin, Bunky's version of Something in the Way. Thank you for letting me use your music, Bunky. I love you. Go support Bunkbed Coffin, link in the description. We'll let some people settle in, get comfortable, grab your popcorn. I got a lot of photos. Talkers from a leak. Animals I've trapped all become my pets.
Educated, I love the poorly educated. Legalize comedy.
Oh, we're going to.
Everything's computer.
Bunkbed Coffin, link in the description.
Do you think we're babies?
A little bit. You better be careful, because if they think you're babies, oh, the news is bad, folks. I've been trying to stay on top of it for you all day, and more keeps coming out. There's probably new stuff right now. Welcome, I'm Rob. Welcome to church. This is Bunkbed Coffin. Subscribe to him. Well, you can subscribe to me too. Why am I looking into your soul? It's the only way to look. You have a beautiful soul. We'll find out. You're not really from Boston. You're not really from the internet. Shut your mouth. Can't eat fish 'cause they don't have any feelings.
Some people don't like this. No more weirdos.
Welcome to the live stream. Appreciate you, G. I appreciate you. Appreciate you being here. I am V. Jange. I am the Doc. I am the Batman. Okay, listen. I gotta pause this. We're gonna get to some news, but because you brought up Batman, did anybody see that Robert Pattinson Batman? And it's not that he's a bad actor. It was just a bad movie. You know what I mean? Like, it made no sense. There was no soul to it. When you watch Christian Bale's and Heath Ledger, it's the Heath Ledger Batman series, let's be honest. When you watch that, it has heart, soul, you're invested, right? And this Robert Pattinson one, I mean, beautiful actors in it, amazing soundtrack, and it was like AI generated the script. I'm sorry if you like that. Um, Hi from your YouTube friend in Connecticut. Oh, what's up, Eggy Rose? Good to see you. Good to see you. Handsome. Well, thank you. Well, thank you, Fred. Appreciate you, Fred. Put some clothes on in your avatar bio, my guy. The movie was supposed to be called Batman Year One. Oh, really? And what was the official name of the Pattinson Batman? How do you spell Pattinson? Two T's? Pattinson Batman movie. The Batman. Yeah, should have called it Year One. They should have called it. They should have called it Year Zero and put Jack Black in it so it had a little soul. All right, that was Bunkbed Coffin with Something in the Way, Bunky's version. Good God, I just want to play all of his music. Can we play one more song while we allow some more people to join us? We're only 6 minutes in, 62 people here. How's the productive job going? I don't want to ever be productive. You know what I want to do? Organize, organize, organize. I want to wake people up. I want to do this Joe Rogan YouTube thing where I just make tons of moolah and I organize communities and I bring people together to understand that you're being oppressed by the most sickening, primitive apes ever. And that's going to be my job. Screw productivity. Regular chatter. I'm sure you're fucking well liked at your job. Listen, I'd rather paint all day. Okay? You tell Salvador Dali that he wasn't productive? Are you kidding me? His mustache probably took him 13 days to get that correct, and then he left the house. Get out of here with your productivity. We don't subscribe to that capitalist crap in here. You don't need to be productive. Let me start my live stream off. Let me start my church. Welcome to church, everybody, of all religions, denominations, or non-religions. I don't give a shit. I'm an ordained pastor, and you are a blessed people, okay? Because you found me, you are a blessed people. Good things are coming to you, except for regular chatter who thinks you need to be productive. You ever had a day where you just didn't get out of bed and you felt fucking awesome after? You were like, I needed that. That's sometimes what you need to do. Don't let anybody tell you to be productive. If you're depressed, if you're having a hard time, if you're a recovering addict, if you are struggling, if you are disabled, if you are being, scrutinized and fucking monopolized and exploited, let me tell you something. You take care of yourself. And that's the only productivity you needed that day. You get up, put one foot in front of each other in this oppressive regime run by tyrants, while they're stripping you of your rights, proving that they were privileges. Let me just tell you, productivity is fucking nil, okay? I've been to a lot of graveyards. I got a lot of guardian angels, and let me tell you something. None of their gravestones said most productive fucking human. They don't. So get out of here with that rubbish. I have days I don't want to get out of bed, and you shouldn't have to. I think Buddha had it right. Buddha had a lot of things right. No doubt, Nurse Rod. Respect to the nurses out there. The difference in Salvador Dali is not. Are you mixing up Salvador and Dolly Parton? Dali was a genius, and you just repeat the hate and ignorance. I don't have cable. What are you? That's what I mean. I'm sorry. I gotta shut you up for a day. I don't have cable. I don't watch cable. What are you, from fucking 2003? You have cable? My God. My dad used to tell me on a man's deathbed, he will never say that he wished he worked a little more. Foiled foliage, good to see you, my friend. Wu-Tang is forever, correct, Bruce the Moose. 619, we got San Diego in the house. Good to see you, San Diego. All right, we're gonna let some more people stroll in. Only boomers watch cable. I forgot about that. Edgy Rose, thank you. Thank you for correcting me. And that's the other thing. I'm not against being corrected. I'm not against conversation. I'm not against, I'll tell you what I'm against. This man right here, Donald Trump's best friend. We went over a few photos. There's more. There's a lot of things that are in these files that don't look like a Melania dress, okay? And I'm going to show them to you. Listen. Let's show you the wall of the computers where Jeffrey Epstein was recording everybody. All I ask of you is, if you're new here, And you're not some goober who's like, what do you do to be productive today? Fuck you. I'm speaking to a lot of people and I'm trying to tell them what the fuck is going on. I spent most of my day trying to keep up with this news that has been breaking since yesterday. It's insane. Um, but there's J666666. Jess, welcome to church. That's what I'm calling the live streams now, because apparently, if you watch Sheila Zellnor, she looked up the statutes and the laws that if somebody tries to interrupt your church service, that's illegal. That's how they arrested Don Lemon. Well, they did this like really messed up violation of rights and perverting the law. But I figured if it works for the government, I'm going to start calling this church. And if you start trying to mess with it, you're going to jail. So I just figure use the laws against them. That's kind of been my motto since the beginning. See whatever they're doing and then turn it on them. Just like Charlie Kirk. Where's his toxicology report, folks? I think he died of fentanyl. Show me the toxicology. Prove me wrong. Show me the Charlie Kirk toxicology. I bet he had fentanyl in his system, and that's what ended him. I don't know, folks. We got to start using their own language against them, Pastor Rob, there we go. It's actually Reverend President Ravegun. I'm not a pastor. I am an ordained reverend. So thank you, though. Thank you, Pastor. I don't know much about pastors, but I do know about being a reverend. So welcome to church. Everyone is welcome here. Everyone, except for fascists and tyrannical, oppressive billionaires. Those are the only people I shut my doors to. That includes like ICE, the Trump family, those people. Everybody else, welcome to church. I love people go, you're twisted. Oh, just wait until we get into the Epstein files. I love the people that are like, you're twisted. We got to believe in Pizzagate. And then the Epstein files drop where Trump's name is all over them. All over. There's so much you can't even, it's like Steve Bannon once said, he's like, throw so much at the wall. It's like, there's so much of Trump in these Epstein files. And they're like, I need more proof. It's like, you needed a few YouTube videos to go believe in QAnon and Pizzagate. But you're telling me all this federal government stuff that was illegally withheld for months is not enough? Okay. You're the Batman take is your worst opinion. Nightshade. Listen, Satanists are welcome. Listen, the Satanic Temple, they're down the street from me. Okay? I've tried to speak with them. Well, actually, it was the Church of Satan. Satanic Temple is pretty cool. But I have nothing against any of these folks. You know what Jesus taught me? Love everybody. He'll sort them out. I don't know what else to tell you, I don't know what else to tell you. Jesus didn't like the establishment, though, He was murked by the state. Remember that. He spoke out against the hypocrisy of the tyrants. So I just follow in his lead, Even when Jesus was being tempted by by Satan, he's like, I ain't gonna do that shit. Why don't you banish, He didn't throw a tirade. He didn't put up poster signs. He was just like, you don't scare me. And I look to him. So I don't know what else to tell you. Listen, Sassy Mo, what's up? Good to see you. Hold on. I got to speak to Nightshade real quick because I understand you think the Batman is good. That's why you think I have the worst opinion on it. But it's not. I implore you to watch it again. But before you watch it again, I want you to watch the Dark Knight trilogy first. Okay? You have to watch a whole Dark Knight trilogy. And then I want you to go watch The Batman. And you tell me it's a good movie. I want you to do that and then come back here and tell me it's a good movie. Okay? Please. Because I'll debate you on this all day. We should do a poll. I'll do a poll. Jesus Christ was a leftist. Jesus Christ doesn't know what Christians are. These are all true statements. Okay, I got you. Okay, Nightshade. See, we can have a conversation. We should do a live debate. Listen, I have to see you a little more because I do like having people on. I've had a few people on. But in these fashy times, I got to be very careful who I invite onto my platform. Dark Knight was fucking spectacular. Are you kidding me? When Bane goes into Wall Street and they're like, what are you doing? There's no money here. And he's like, what are you doing here? I was like, get Wall Street, Bane. Rooting for them. I like the Pastafarians myself. Oh, yeah, I like them too. All right, we're gonna get into some stuff. I gotta let you know what's hypocritical to an ICE agent being a pastor and puts on his yeah, Sassy Mo, 100%. And you know that ICE agent that was the pastor of the church that Don Lemon got arrested for. These are trumped up charges if I've ever seen. Is he wasn't just an ICE agent. He was like the head of the Midwest division. So he was like a top ranking official in the SS, in the ISS. Honestly, that's the only thing I didn't like about the Batman trilogy was that Bane was more of a calculated, dexterous man instead of just giant brute of a man on the venom juice. There's a comic book fan. Foiled foliage. Now that's a fucking debate I'll have. Now that right there is, I will entertain. Listen, I wish I was like a comic book nerd and knew the lore. In fact, like I have a few friends like that, and I'm like, just tell me more about the lore, you know? Because it's just the most creative thing ever. You know, if you don't know comic books, just go diving a little bit into them. And the people who created that stuff, some of them are insanely creative. Insane. It's insane. The layers upon layers upon layers. So I respect that. I wish I was one of them. I'm just not. I'm just not. Okay, there's a lot of stuff we gotta get to. Where do we even fucking begin, folks? Where do we even begin? The funniest thing, we'll just try to stay on topic. Like Elon, I don't even think we can stay. You know what I'm gonna do? We're gonna have to play a little bit of, I'm a lore goblin. Oh, foil foliage, I'm so jealous of you right now. I wish. Lore goblins are just amazing because they can tell you all day not only what it is, but what it should have been. And I respect that so much. Just subdivision, love your contend. I don't know what that means, but thank you. Unless that's an insult. If it's an insult, then we'll see. Comic books are an art form, Reverend. Of course they are. Graphic novels, get it correct. I've been correct on that. Dom Lemon got what he deserved. Don't violate the Face Act. Face. Get out of here. Right. South Bay. South Bay. I hope that's not San Diego because you're a disgrace to your community if so. Just read the First Amendment, dummy. Okay? Free press. You don't arrest you don't arrest people reporting on the protests, you fucking moron. Oh God. We're gonna have to deal with some dummies. I hope everybody's saddled up for that. Yo, click on the gambling ad. No, you know what? This is sad. Because you're either seeing, did you gamble past your limit, or you're seeing Clashy and what's the other one being like, hey, you could gamble on how much snow there is. And it's so depressing that Donald Trump just legalized all kind of gambling so he could get his cut or whatever is going on. But let's just start. If you haven't seen Coffeezilla's video, I'm not going to play the whole thing. I just want to play bits and pieces. I linked it down below. He's talking about the ad. I screenshotted Coffeezilla, and everything on everything on the internet now is like, hey, you can gamble. Hey, you could gamble. Hey, I'm Kevin Hart. You could gamble. It's like, shut the fuck up. But I linked this video down below, okay? I highly suggest everybody watch it. Coffeezilla is one of the greatest. And if you support Don Lemon getting arrested, I mean, you might as well advertise for him too. But, man, I subscribed. Loved your content. Oh, thank you, Sean J. Gardner. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Okay. So, listen, he's going to talk about Bill Gates first. I don't care to cover too much about Bill Gates because, you know, I don't care. I think there's certain oppressive heads of states, heads of countries that are bigger fish to fry, if you know what I mean. Like there's certain people who have manipulated the public to believe that there's this dark woke cabal of people hiding behind and pulling strings, and you gotta elect me to get in there. And it turns out the dark cabal of people are the ones they voted for. Like they were totally duped. That's why he said, I love stupid people. I love the poorly educated. I don't care about you. I just need your vote. And they voted for the thing that they had claimed to hate. We all knew it was a fraud. These people, you know, they don't have any morals. when you're using Jesus for like a battering ram, it just proves that you don't have any.
Say, not only is there not a client list, there was no credible evidence that Epstein blackmailed prominent individuals. Guys, we're about to see plan black.
So he's, sorry, I thought I started a little bit later. So he's just saying, this is what the government first said. The government first said, you remember Pam Blondie? She came out and said, I got 1 billion videos on my desk. I'm going to watch all of them. And then she came out a week later and said, they don't exist. So the government said there was no credible evidence that anybody was blackmailed, yada, yada, yada. Again, in the new release of documents, here is a room at Epstein's house with 6 screens that we can see. Computers. I don't know. What is he, a big gamer? Big gamer? There's some other creepy stuff. Look at that. A bunch of videos labeled evidence. Evidence. Doors kicked in. Weird, creepy statues with bugs. And I showed you guys this a long time ago. A bride hanging from a rope. Okay? There is so much to cover. There is so much to cover. This is insane. Insane. Oh, I'm going to let Coffeezilla do a little talking.
Blackmail to one of the most powerful people on the planet, and that is Bill Gates. Listen, there's a lot we're going to get to, but we have to start with probably the craziest revelation here, which is Jeffrey Epstein emailing himself about Bill Gates. Now, if you don't know, Bill Gates and Epstein had a relationship post-2008. That's a big year. You're going to hear a lot today, because 2008 was the time that Epstein pled guilty for soliciting.
Okay, let's get to...
He's got this huge philanthropy arm. But this relationship with Epstein has been a huge problem for him. And Epstein appears to have known that, because in 2013, Bill Gates appears to be distancing himself from Jeffrey Epstein. And Epstein seems to have a problem with that. He says, I assume the dedication to our relation went both ways. Larry has now asked me to recommit to a confidentiality agreement. Basically, he's got to shut up about his relationship with Bill Gates. And this is where the blackmail starts. And it comes in the form of like, if I were you, I would do X if I were the type of guy that you should be. He says, in that regard, I suggest I buy you the house that you had your heart set on. In addition to 5 years of severance, we'll buy you out of the investment contract we agreed upon, 30 to 40% of an $100 million partnership for $30 million in today's terms. That's what I would have done had I been in your shoes. Then he lays out what he has on Bill Gates, or what he says he has. Quote, to add insult to injury, you subsequently, with tears in your eyes, implore me to delete the email I had regarding your STD. Your request that I provide you antibiotics that you could surreptitiously give to Melinda. And the description of your... I mean, this is insane. It's completely insane. It's like...
This is insane. And this is just scratching the top of the iceberg. Like, I have to give you the heads up. Like, I can't even talk about some of the stuff that are in these files. I just can't. There were some photos I could not... If you want to look up one of the photos released, warning, I shouldn't even have seen it. I wasn't old enough to see this. There's a redacted photo with 2 raw chickens and something in the middle. It's so unreal. It's so disturbing. And I don't even know how to explain it. Let's just say there's sacrifice. And I don't know. But this is just scratching the surface. Now let's get to, hold on.
Whole time, Epstein was providing services to rich people and expecting payment via blackmail. Now you might say, and it's true, that we don't know that Epstein ultimately sent that version of an email to Gates. All we know is he sent that to himself. He may have planned the blackmail and just been drafting something. But what we do know are 2 things. The Wall Street Journal has reported that Gates was threatened by Epstein over an affair. We also know that after this blackmail email Jeffrey sent to himself was written, eventually Gates sent a $2 million donation to MIT direct to go. From Elon, he's...
Okay, now let's get to the Elon stuff, because this is hilarious. Shock is man running the undressing app named in the Epstein files. I don't know. Oh, by the way, did you see this? Trump's Oval Office looks an awful lot like another living room that I've showed you before. Interesting. I wonder where he got that decor style. I wonder where. And by the way, where are these people? Mike Cernovich, I didn't realize he blocked me on Twitter. Me and him had a spat years ago because he's just a fucking buffoon grifter. And the funny thing is like, I get 6,000 followers on Twitter. he's got 1.4 million. And I remember when we got into it, he started getting his little bot army to come after me. And I was like, what do you want me to do, man? You gonna send 1 million bots after me? Like, go fuck yourself. Why, just mano, you know? Come on. And today, because these pictures were circulating, I was like, look, this is the group. It's weird that Mike Cernovich is erased from this. You know, he was fucking face forward in this. And I have the proof, the other picture. But these were the people that had the first dibs on it. Look at him. Look at how proud. Look at that smile. What does that say? The Epstein Files Phase 1. So did they already know, or were those binders empty? Are they complicit, or were those binders empty? Was this all for propaganda, or were those binders empty? I mean, this is a fucking goofball right here. I couldn't believe that he blocked me. Little old me, little old me. It's like Joel Osteen. Joel Osteen blocked me on Twitter too because I kept tweeting the red words that Jesus said to him. It's amazing that this guy with 1 million followers, and when you go to his Twitter bio, I didn't want to take a picture of it because fuck this dude, he's a grifter. He has 10% off for your best protein bar ever. That's his bio. I'm like, that's it? You sell protein bars? Really? I've read excerpts of his book where he's like, I was beat up a lot. Then my dad said, do karate, and I started kicking ass, and now I'm a man. And it's like, dude, you fucking bought a fucking foreign bride, and you act like you're some fucking not closeted dude. Just be who you are, man. Land of the free. But this dude is a fucking chump, and he's not talking shit right now. He's trying to find the few Democrats in there. Here's the thing, folks. Democrats, Republicans, they're both wings of the same bird. They've both known about this stuff. Joe Biden should have been running his mouth about the stuff that we now know about Donald Trump in these files. It doesn't matter if they were under lock and key. Again, I didn't vote for Joe Biden, so I didn't expect anything from him. But I just hate the Democrats and Republicans. We're run by a bunch of creeps, all of them. They're all involved in this, okay? That's what I gather from it. Because if you've seen these files, Pam Blondie, Mike Cernovich, whoever that bitch is, and you've said nothing, I believe it was Miss Prism of a felony, where if you know about a felony, you don't report it, you should be charged. But again, there's no law and order in this country anymore. The criminals are running things. This is like a weird Batman movie. I'm gonna play some more of Coffeezilla, but I just want to point this out. I want to make sure everybody remembers Mike Cernovich and these dumbos bragging about how they have the Epstein files. And they, what, did they hide it? I don't know what's worse. If this was just propaganda or if they knew everything we're going to talk about and they just stayed mum. You let me know what you think. By the way, you know the Melania movie came out. This is Brett Ratner. He's the one that directed the Melania movie. We don't know who that is, but we do know who that is. I believe he also escaped to Israel for charges of something. I don't know. Here's Prince Andrew. These are some photos from the Epstein files. Everyone. There's so much. There's so much. Hold on. There's so much. I don't know where to start. I don't think this ends. Okay. I'm going to put this one up on screen. I'm not going to read it. You can. But care to answer, MAGA? Why isn't Donald Trump suing dozens of news outlets for defamation? Remember, he has sued people for defamation. That's like his thing, to silence people. He sues people, right? That's kind of like his thing. Remember, he was going to sue Rupert Murdoch for $10 billion. He was like, just make up a number. Because of the birthday card that came out. Remember, he was trying to get that mum. He's trying to make that quiet. So, MAGA, why isn't he suing people? Why? Interesting, huh? Interesting. God, there's so much. There's so much. Okay, so this is what... this is one of the funniest fucking things ever. This dude is such a loser. And if you don't know the Elon saga in the Epstein files, oh, just wait. We're going to cover it. We're going to let Coffeezilla bring you through the news part, and then we're going to talk about how he's an uninvited loser to the worst scum of the earth's party. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Like, even the perverts were like, oh, Elon's emailing us again. God damn. This makes me want to puke. Yeah, I gotta say, Hamster Time, like, warning, this is really the most disturbing stuff.
He says, Epstein tried to get me to go to his island. I refused. He says, anyone pushing this false narrative deserves complete contempt. Later responding to another headline which said Elon Musk planned trip to Epstein's private island, and he says, this is false. But of course,
it's so important you understand that these people are blatant liars. What they believe is that there's enough stupid people that if they just say, that's not true, and people will believe them. They'll reject the evidence of their eyes and ears. They'll reject the evidence of many documentations, many interviews, many testimonies, many under oath. What are they called? Sorry. And the funny thing about these people that will believe, like the Elon Musks or the Donald Trumps, these are also the people that if they catch one whiff of like a pizza place with Hillary Clinton, they're like, that's it, we're all in. You know, no evidence needed, they're just all in. This is why these are deeply unserious people. They should not be listened to and they should not be taken lightly. Like, their stupidity is dangerous. You understand? And we're just going to prove Elon Musk a liar. I don't know who needs that proven to them, but you know, Elon's own emails prove he's a liar. And that's kind of like the funny part. It's like, you could say whatever you want on Twitter, but buddy, if we're getting a cache of your emails where you're begging Jeff Epstein to come to the islands, which night will be the wildest party, like, it's your own words against you. I feel like it's the end of Zootopia 1. Where they're like, it's my word against yours. You know the little lamb? I love Zootopia movies. You know the little lamb? At the end, she's like, it's my word against yours. And Judy Hopps is like, it's actually your word against yours. And she has the little rabbit pen, the carrot pen. She's like, I feel like nobody watched Zootopia. Bro, if you got the emails in there, don't be doing this. We should seize all of his assets. Now, I've been saying this before the release of the Epstein files. I said, this illegal immigrant who now he's tweeting like, oh, any corrupt organization should have their assets. He's saying like, you shouldn't be funding any corrupt organization. I'm like, bud, the American taxpayer is funding your illegal immigrant ass, your South African illegal immigrant ass. Our tax-paying money is funding SpaceX, Tesla, all of his ventures. And this dude's in the Epstein files lying? Seize his assets. Take that tax money back. Give it to the people who need it. What are we waiting for? Because like, no one's coming to save us. I mean, maybe we have to do it. I don't know. I've heard you can do a citizen's arrest. Maybe that's why he didn't want anyone tracking his plane. Because if we all show up together, we're like, citizen's arrest, freeze, don't move. We're taking your bitcoins or whatever he has. I don't know.
First, we start to dig through the files, and we can see on Epstein's calendar that Elon Musk is booked in December 6th of 2014. But maybe you don't believe that. That's just the word of Jeffrey Epstein. But maybe you'll believe the word of Elon Musk, who was caught emailing Jeffrey Epstein to go to his island post the guilty plea. Elon Musk writes, we'll be in BVI St. Bart's area over the holidays. Good time to visit. Jeffrey Epstein says, I will send a heli for you. Later, Elon Musk writes to Epstein, probably just to Lula and me, his ex-wife, what day night would be the wildest party on your island? The world's richest man.
That's Elon saying, what night is going to be the wildest party on your island?
Is asking the most wild man for the wildest party on his island. And then it gets more explicit. In 2012, remember, this is a guy who said, I refused it. I could never do that, right? It's false. But here in 2012, he says, do you have any parties planned? I've been working to the edge of my sanity this year. I really want to hit the party scene in St. Bart's or elsewhere and let loose. The invitation is much appreciated, but a peaceful island experience is the opposite of what I'm looking for. Guys, he can't even play the I went to go study math excuse, which is what all these guys do. They say, hey, I just went to go talk to scientists. Elon's like, hey, I don't want to do that. I'm looking for a party. That's what I'm here to do. And then Jeffrey Epstein writes, understood, I will see you on St. Bart. The ratio on my island might make your ex-wife uncomfortable. I can't believe these guys are lying to us, and people are swallowing it.
I can't believe these guys are lying to us. What I can't believe is people are falling for it. Morons.
It's still thinking that Elon Musk had nothing to do with this guy. So again, that's 2012. That's 2014. But guess what? There's another time.
I just need to preface this. This might be the funniest part of what a loser Elon Musk is. This email sums up why Elon is so hell-bent on just making life miserable for everyone, even though he has $1 trillion. Like, usually $1 trillion, you're not begging someone to go to their pervo party island. Like, I just want you to consider this for a minute. Money is no object to you. Is this how you'd behave? Because I don't know, be making sure people were content while I was riding a jet ski, maybe on my own island. You know what I mean? Like, I would be ensuring that anytime I heard of somebody, not being able to afford rent, I'd be like, plata, fucking Superman, plata, Captain America, plata, go shopping, treat the grocery store like a fucking like, what was that? Supermarket something? Where they ran down the aisles with the cart. It was an 80s show. I didn't really watch it, but I know people reference it. Like, if I had $1 trillion, you can't go broke. You cannot go broke. Just look at Jeff Bezos' ex-wife, Mackenzie Scott. She gives away like $1 billion a year, and she's like, I have more money than I started with. Like, you can't, people don't understand how much money this is. You can't go broke. You could just, anytime somebody hits you up, you could be like, go food shopping, buy yourself some new clothes, do whatever you want. All from riding a jet ski. You could be on a jet ski while you're texting people. You'd be like, Zelled you money, Venmo you money, Cash App you money. And instead, the pathetic loser known as Elon Musk, are you ready for this email? Are you ready? This is fucking hilarious. I must have it somewhere. Sorry, I have so many emails. So many. Oh yeah, this is another one where that's wrong. It's Jeffrey Epstein asking Elon if he thinks he's the R word. And then he says, just kidding. There's no one over 25 and all very cute. We know what Elon was looking for. And it's so gross because he has like 15, not biased against Elon at all. Are you biased for Elon? Are you kidding me? This dude is caught emailing Jeff Epstein where he claimed he refused. Oh, let me get to the part where he refused to go. Oh, no, wait, we already have. He's been begging. Are you kidding me? Are you one of the ones who are so thick in the head you don't understand what bias means? Bias would mean like, oh, you just hate him going in. It doesn't matter what the evidence shows. We have the evidence. He lied to you. Epstein tried to get me to go to his island. I refused. Coffeezilla, a very legitimate reporter, a journalist, is showing you emails of him begging to go to the island, saying, I just need to cut loose. I just need to party. What's the best party night there? I don't believe liars, and you shouldn't either. And when they're doing it on this grand a scale, on this big of a stage, you should be very careful with anything they tell you. You know what I mean?
I'm in 2013. This seems like a yearly thing with the boys. Here, once again, Elon Musk writes, we'll be in the BVI St. Bart's area over the holidays. Again, is there a good time to visit? Jeffrey Epstein, any day, 1st of the 8th, play it by ear if you want, always space for you. They didn't plan some more, and you might think, well, if Elon ever told the truth, this is when he has to reject, right? Because he said, I refused. But actually, it appears to be one of those cases where, like, your friend says, like, oh, bro, I dumped her. And actually, it's the other way. Yeah, it turns out Elon didn't dump the
You should get life insurance, because you never know.
Shut up, ads. Hold on. I'm trying to find this email, because this is the funniest email.
He says,
hold on. Let me rewind that. Why would you put an ad right there? What does this email look like? Okay. Is this it? Yep, this is it. This is the funniest email. Let me just read it to you. This is Elon writing Jeff Epstein. Hi, Jeff. I was thinking of flying down for an epic vacation. What a fucking loser. What a fucking loser. Bro, you have all the money in the world. Go see the Eiffel Tower. Go fucking see the pyramids. Go fucking to Greece and learn the language. And this is what he's doing for an epic vacation. He even uses fucking 13-year-old words. Jesus. Blank told me you were planning a party. Girls, FTW. I cleared my calendar. Oh yeah, I'm sure it's hard for you to clear your calendar. You don't do work, bro. What are the details? And then listen to this. Thank you, good sir. Elon. fucking dude has $1 trillion and he's a loser. What a loser. And then this is the best part. This is the best part. Jeff Epstein forwards it to Ghislaine and he says, deal with this. Thank you. Yo, Elon got uninvited to the creepiest, crummiest, scum rat swine party of perverts ever. Even Elon just, you gotta figure these people are the lowest of the low, right? If this was like prison rankings, like all these people would be like up for the shank list. And these people are like, oh my God, I can't deal with this dude. Ghislaine, deal with this, thank you. So here it is. I'm gonna let Coffeezilla explain it too, but this is just too funny. This is too fun. What a fucking loser. I couldn't imagine having $1 trillion and no personality. I'd rather have my personality. He's such a loser. So Jeff Epstein sends Ghislaine this message and he says, deal with this. He's like, this guy's a fucking pain in my side, and I know perns. So Ghislaine writes back to Elon, I'm so sorry, Elon. You just missed Jeff. He actually told me he was thinking of winding down the entire Little St. James operation. Bummer, but if it starts up again, we'll be sure to let you know. Now listen. We've all been uninvited. We've all had this text, right? I mean, not this text, but not a text mentioning Little St. James, but we've all been there. Where, you know, there's someone cooler than you, and you're like, yo, hit me up when you're going. It reminds. You know what it reminds me of?
You want to know something?
No, hold on. What is that fucking, I think you should leave. Hold on. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God.
Well,
I don't even know if I could play this on YouTube, but this is if I gotta like speed it up. I gotta figure out how I can play this for you because this is so worth it. This video was not gonna be monetized. If you want to support the channel, I don't take billionaire pervo money. Please hit subscribe. Please hit the notification bell. You can super chat. Please support the channel. I'm going to play this because it's so funny. And if you haven't seen Tim Robinson's, I think you should leave. It's on Netflix. Watch it. But this, Elon writing Jeff saying, hey, Jeff, want to fly down for epic vacation. Told me you were planning a party. Girls, cleared calendar. What are the deets? Thank you, good sir. Elon. And Jeff Epstein goes, he sends Ghislaine this message. He goes, deal with this. Thank you. She's like, oh, Elon, you just missed J.E. He actually said, we're winding down the Little St. James operation. Bummer. We'll totally hit you up if we started up. Like, do you not just envision Elon flying over with his private jet, you know, over the island being like, do you see any lights on? Is that a disco ball? Do you hear any club? Can we roll down the plane windows? I just want to see you. Can you do a flyby? And Jeff and Ghislaine are like, shut the lights off. Everybody, shh. Stop that baby from crying. It's in the files. It's in the files. It's not even a joke. I don't even want to joke about that. But this is so funny. He got dogged so hard. So it reminds me of Tim Robinson's I Think You Should Leave, where he goes to see his doctor, and his doctor is Tim Heidecker. And Tim Robinson goes to see his doctor. His doctor's like, man, what have you been doing lately? Your heartbeat, we're going to monitor that heartbeat. So he puts a heartbeat monitor on him. He's like, and it's a whole club scene thing. It's so funny. Hold on. I got to speed it up. You have to watch this because this is him getting dogged.
Welcome to the Larboard Oaks Mansion Ghost Tour.
Oh, no, this is not the ghost tour one. Jesus. Oh, are you kidding me? They don't have it on YouTube? Oh, come on. Club Aqua. Oh.
I actually want to go to haunted house more than I want to go to Aqua.
Really? That's the only clip they have of this? You're kidding me. Oh my god. And I can't play it on Netflix. I know that. This kills me. Nobody has it on here. You have to watch it on your own. I'm so sorry. Even the PDF files find him awkward. Are they partying without me? I'm not trying to be a comedian right now. This is a very serious thing. This is the funniest thing because you have the world's richest man. Remember that. He's the world's richest man. And he's getting ghosted by Jeff Epstein. And they're like, and this is the weirdest part of all, man, because it's like, they're saying, oh, we're winding down the operation because of Elon. Yo, I bet his breath is fucking kicking too. All right, go ahead, Coffeezilla.
It was the other way. Yeah, it turns out Elon didn't dump the p***l. The p***l dumped Elon. He says, bad news. Unfortunately, my schedule will keep me in New York. Hopefully, we can schedule another time in the future. Jeffrey Epstein let Elon down. That's actually the real story. Is the reason he didn't go in 2013 was because he couldn't go. Jeffrey Epstein was not there. Guys, I mean, how blatant do they have to make it before we start to just see through it, right? When they issue these ridiculous...
Okay. He's reading an older email again. More stuff keeps coming out. Oh, hold on. This is so important to play because Howard Lutnick, who you've seen on TV telling you, the economy's great. It's never been better. Everything's awesome. Don't pay attention to, trying to afford shit, but just know that rich people are doing fine. He plays a clip of him, Howard Lutnick. Like, this is how bad they are lying. It's not even realistic.
See it and ignore it, or
No, they participated.
right?
That's what his MO was, get a massage. And what happened in that massage room, I assume was on video. This guy was the greatest blackmailer ever.
Interesting. Okay, so Howard has a different perspective. Now, if you don't know, that guy, do you think he's just telling the truth there? Even this guy who's contradicting the official narrative, this guy literally lived next to Jeffrey Epstein. This guy was like, I'm going to tell the truth. Those guys participated. That guy lived next to Jeffrey Epstein. And by the way, he lied too. I love this video we're about to get into because this guy, Mr. He's the greatest blackmailer ever, does he know something we don't know? Because it's interesting.
They're all liars. That's the only reason Donald Trump hired him.
Mr. I'm his neighbor had to also explain how he had nothing to do with Jeffrey Epstein. And he lays it out pretty simply. He goes, yep, I lived next to him, but in 2005, I had such a horrible experience that I knew I could never talk to him again.
He was your neighbor for 10 years. How well did you know him?
We moved in 2005. Okay? Jeffrey Epstein is arrested in like 08 or something.
Right.
So, knock on the door. His assistant, on like a Saturday, says, Mr. Epstein, your neighbor would like to invite you over for coffee. And there's a massage table in the middle of the room. Massage table in the middle of your house? How often do you have a massage? And he says, every day. And then he gets weirdly close to me. And he says, and the right kind of massage. Now my wife is standing here.
The other thing, if you watch any of these body language experts, when they talk about people trying to remember meticulous details about an event, sometimes it's because they're trying to make it up. They're trying to fabricate it, so they're making it more realistic. Like, oh, he leaned in right here, and my wife was standing right there. That's what he's doing. He's pointing. He's like, my wife's standing right there. You could just say my wife was next to me. Seems a little suspect, but let's find out if Coffeezilla finds anything on Howard Lutnick in the files.
So she looks at me, and I look at her, and we say.
So she looks at me, and then I look at her. Yeah, that's how it usually works when you're talking to each other.
I'm sorry. We have to go. And we left.
Dramatic emphasis on the whispering, and then we left.
And in the 6 or 8 steps it takes to get from
6 to 8 steps.
his house to my house.
In the 6 or 8 steps it takes me to get home. That's how close you were comfortable living next to some guy that you were like, clearly we shouldn't be in his house. But you're so wait a minute. This is like, you're wealthy enough to move. He creeps you out on the first time so much that you deny having tea with him and you're like, we gotta go. Sorry, sir. And in the 6 or 8 steps that you're walking home, you're not like, this might be a bad neighborhood. I'd rather be in one of those neighborhoods where the bars are on your window. Because that guy didn't seem like, really? Okay, seems legit.
My wife and I decided that I will never be in the room with that disgusting person ever again.
Well,
I'll just live next to him.
he couldn't be more clear, could he, right? He says, hey, I may have been his next door neighbor, but I met him once. before the 2008 guilty plea. Remember I said that was a big deal? And we got invited over, and it was like 5 seconds, and we left, and we realized he was a creep. We were out of there. He made this rude, lewd comment in front of my wife. I would never go see this guy. And he makes it super clear he's gross.
So I was never in the room with him, social, for business, or for even philanthropy. If that guy was there, I wasn't going because he's gross.
Oh, guess what we found in the all emails? Looky. It's Howard Lutnick writing in to Jeffy Boy in 2012. Hi, Jeff. We're landing in St. Thomas early afternoon, planning to head over. Where are you located? What's the exact location for my captain? Does Sunday evening for dinner sound good? Is this the guy you said made a lewd comment to your wife? Oh, I could never be in front of him. He's gross. Guess what the next email is? My boy's wife messaging in, saying we're headed towards you in St. Thomas. Later, the subject line, Jeffrey Epstein. Good morning, Howard. Jeffrey wished me to pass you along. Nice seeing you. They clearly...
The other thing that Coffeezilla doesn't read, but he shows on screen, is that Howard Lutnick email where he's like, hey, we'll boat over. Where should I tell my captain to go? The next line is, I'm going to be with my wife and my kids. And he gives the ages of his kids. Like, these people were bringing their kids around people who on camera, they're saying was the creepiest man ever. I would never go to his house again. I wouldn't be publicly, socially, businessy with him. And in private, they were like, hey, me and the kids are coming down. Don't worry, my kids are about your age liking. These are the worst people on earth. You have to understand that. These are the worst people on earth. The worst. No exceptions. Jesus hates them all. Remember what I said, Matthew 18:9. Jesus said, if you're going to make a little one stumble and fall into sin, it is better for you to tie a heavy millstone around your neck and throw yourself into the sea. Maybe the sea right in front of St. Bart's. I don't know. Little St. James Island. That's a good sea. Tie that heavy millstone around your neck. Chuck yourself in. That's not my words. That's Jesus. Welcome to church. I'm Rob. Hit subscribe. Hit the notification bell. I appreciate you being here.
Really mad, and the guy is just lying about it to your face, to the American public's face, and they tried to hide it from us. I cannot emphasize this enough. They're lying through their teeth. You think this guy perfectly remembers a 2005, like, walking in the guy's house? I remember exactly what I said to him. My wife and I looked at each other, and he wouldn't remember the 2012. I boated over to his private island for a dinner. Is that what we're really thinking? Is that what we're expected to believe? This is a momentary lapse in his judgment. Right now, obviously. And so I want to be clear, there are notes related to some of these submissions where they say things like complainant was spoken to and deemed not credible, additional research showed, 3 separate redacted. You know, it's hard to tell how much this is the proper due diligence of...
Now, I want to specifically harp on that. I don't know what I can show or not, because I've been trying to X out some of these things. What did I... Okay. I crossed this one out, and I'm glad if you can't read it, that's fine. But so Coffeezilla mentions, right? And I've done some more research, and I found some other people who are verifying things, because what you're hearing MAGA say is, you know, well, in these FBI reports, they say deemed not credible, and then it's blacked out. The bottom is blacked out, so it doesn't say anything else. They purposely did that. They've also, the FBI has purposely been deleting more stuff that they accidentally released with Trump's name in it. So, you know, you can pause this and read this. You can find it online for yourself. It's very easy to find. People are screenshotting it, saving it. They're not going to be deleted. Once it's on the internet, sorry, FBI, maybe you don't know how the internet works. I don't know. You should talk to Edward Snowden. But over here, oh wait, no. But anyways, in this big thing about the parties that are horrific, where the witnesses were not deemed credible, it is substantiated by different things. Aaron Parnas on Twitter says, in an interview with FBI agents, a survivor told Ghislaine presented to Donald Trump, making clear she was available. This isn't a tip. This is FBI 302, and I had to look that up because I was like, what the fuck is that? FBI 302. FBI 302 form is the official document used by FBI agents to summarize, report, and memorialize interviews, witness statements, and other investigative activities. It's not a verbatim transcript, but a narrative summary written by agents, often created from notes taken during or after a conversation. If you've watched any FBI show where they like record something and then after they talk to each other about it and document what just happened, that's essentially what it is. So there's other verifying things, but the even more damning thing that Coffeezilla is saying when it comes to the very heinous stuff, is, wait, where is it? Is this. There's a video of a girl, and this is not the only video. I mean, this documentation is out there. You can look this stuff up. But the very damning thing about the witnesses not deemed credible is the witnesses also described these brothers being involved at the same time with the same events that Donald Trump, all these people are mentioned in, right? And that not deemed credible witness that MAGA's harping on is like, there's 3 million pages all saying Trump's name, but one page says, witness not deemed credible. That witness also described these brothers, and they have federal charges for these crimes right now. So not deemed credible, but she also described 3 guys who are standing trial, federal indictment. I'd say that's pretty credible. Just for the people who had any doubt, who want to be like, oh, no, not deemed credible. Again, folks, you can look this up. On the one page where they blacked out underneath the deemed credible, like really heinous stuff. Again, very, very heinous stuff. Very, very heinous stuff. In this page, I can't show the whole page because I didn't go through and mark out all this stuff. And again, find on your own. It's very disturbing. This is not, it's just fucked. It's just fucked. But in the girl who's in the, in the tip line, who's saying, this happened to me, and the FBI is not finding them credible, the girl also explained these brothers being there in all of this horrific stuff. And also, they're now facing a federal indictment of these exact charges. So how do you explain that? How do you explain that? She wasn't credible with what? Because Trump's name? Because these guys are facing the wrath. I think the only 3, and it might not even be for the Epstein files. You know what I mean? We're run by the worst people, the most horrific kind of criminal. If you know anything about prison culture or jail, Donald Trump is the worst kind of offender. Not the 34 felonies kind, the hush money to a porn star where he cheated on his wife. Not the like anti-family values kind. I'm talking about he's the worst kind of criminal. And that's it. You can read these files for yourself. It's horrific. And I did link that Coffeezilla. I'm going to play some more. I linked this Coffeezilla video. You should watch it for yourself. You're a vexing man. Just please show the file. No. You can go. You have the internet. You're on YouTube. You can go look this stuff up for yourself. I can't show some of these things. They're that heinous. Even Coffeezilla says he's watch.
Of the FBI, which they should be doing, of course, and not all complaints are credible. But also there's this obvious conflict of interest with the fact that the sitting president is in some of these complaints. But here they are for what it's worth. Complaint summary. Blank reported an unidentified female friend who was forced to perform on President Trump approximately 35 years ago in New Jersey. The friend told Alexis that she was approximately 13 to 14 years old when this occurred, and the friend allegedly bit President Trump while performing. The friend was allegedly hit in the face after she laughed about biting President Trump. The friend also said she was abused by Epstein. Later, there's very explosive claims about big parties with her, other younger girls, and older Victoria's Secret models, including Bill Clinton and Donald Trump. There's claims third hand about a female victim of Epstein's who wants to publish a book citing Leslie Wexner, Epstein, Bill Clinton, Donald Trump, Ghislaine Maxwell is in the videos as well. And it goes on like this for a while. Some of the complaints are just like very graphic, and obviously I'm going to censor out some of it. But I should also mention the DOJ claims that some of these claims were submitted to the FBI right before the 2020 election. To be clear, the claims are unfounded and false, and if they had any sort of credibility, they would have certainly been weaponized against President.
Now listen, I love that Coffeezilla does this, but the FBI is untrustable. Cash App Patel. His fucking name is Cash App. That's not a joke. Look it up. I know everyone calls him Cash. That's for short. His name is Cash App. If that ain't a grifted name, I don't know what the fuck is. All right? I don't know how these white supremers are supporting a guy named Cash App, but here we are, The supreme of whiteness can be all different colored boots, apparently. But the FBI is untrustable. And if you don't believe me, just go look into the 70s. Go look at the late 60s and the 70s. Look at the COINTELPRO, Fred Hampton. Just go look at your history, okay? Even Dan Bongino. I made a video about him complaining, oh, the FBI is untrustable now. It's like, it's untrustable when they don't want to trust it. And, It's very trustable what they do. It's just like elections for MAGA. You know, it only works when they like the results. And I think it's adorable. Coffeezilla does this because, you know, he's trying to be a journalist and read their statements. But here's the thing. They've proven to be untrustable. The FBI is sitting on this stuff, not releasing it. Have you seen anybody charged? I mean, these guys clearly have a federal indictment, but do we know if it's from the Epstein files? I don't think so. Although they were mentioned in the uncredible witness that also mentioned Donald Trump. How interesting that they blacked out why she was deemed uncredible, even though she named these lowest of the low scumbag brothers in it. So I just wish, you know, Coffeezilla would just be more honest and be like, the FBI has never been trustable. They've always worked to consolidate power and to keep power where it needs to be. And they will redact co-conspirators of Jeffrey Epstein. You're trusting the people that are redacting the co-conspirator. They're protecting the FBI that's protecting the criminals. We're supposed to trust them. Is that what you're saying? Like Coffeezilla, I love this kid. He's a very, you know, wants to show you all the sides, but he's not showing you the fucking truth. You know what I mean? Like, you can read their statement. Oh, these were submitted before the 2020 election. There was a lot of stuff that came out before the 2016 election. That wasn't fake. You know, Stormy Daniels. People tried to poo-poo on her. But the thing is the FBI is, how do the French say it? Not to be trusted.
President Trump already. Now, I agree that if a complaint is timed right before an election, there definitely could be some other motivations to that, but it's also ridiculous to say that anything in the Epstein files, if it were true, would have come out already, because why didn't we see the stuff about Bill Gates, for example? I mean, that stuff apparently has been sitting in here for a long time, and not only did no one talk about it, the FBI literally, like, covered for it. I mean, they said
There we go, Coffeezilla. Thank you.
that this was not the case. There are big claims against a lot of powerful people. Nobody in that file really wants to rock the boat or release the files, because then they get in trouble, and their buddies get in trouble, and that's a huge problem. So I don't really buy the idea that, oh, if it were true, it would have already gotten out. I don't buy that. That's why we need transparency. That's why it's important these files are out. But
There's going to be no transparency. It's really horrific that in some of the worst accusations, like, again, I can't even go into it, but I'm glad it's kind of cut off, and I tried to short circuit some of the writing. But in the deemed not credible witness, she also mentioned these brothers. I cannot emphasize this enough, because if you're not credible, how are these guys looking at prison time? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Yeah. Look at those frat motherfucking beer ball chugging chodes. Just the worst of the worst. Just the worst of the worst. Have you seen the 7 deleted pages? Do they look like this? Because if they're deleted, yes. I've been going through the file. The craziest thing is when you go to justice.gov/ whatever it is, you know, for each file that you're trying to read, it will ask you, are you 21 or older? All you got to do is hit yes. That's the funniest part about the government website. There's no verification. They're just like, are you sure you're old enough? And you're like, yep, I'm good. And they let you right in. And a lot of it looks like Melania's dress, you know, interesting. Who wore it best? Who do you think? But these are the paid agitators. You know, these are the defenders of this dude. We have him with Epstein. I'm guessing the rest of these are just, you know, loose associations. These are the worst of the worst people. There's no law in this country. There isn't. First Amendment's gone. They're arresting the press for covering news. Ghislaine Maxwell, the madam, called Trump a gentleman. Hate to break it to you, that's what madams call their elite clients. Yeah. To the guy who thinks I don't understand what the silent majority is, you way out of whack. You should go watch that video of these white supremers going to Minnesota thinking their bot following is real, coming to find out that the people have rejected this shit. Just go look at any of the protests that happened on Friday. Hundreds of thousands of people taking to the street. Nothing seen like it before. If you think you're the silent majority, oh, not me? Okay. Sorry, mud butters. I get people like that all the time that think they're the majority. I mean, the majority of the country didn't even vote for this criminal. But I appreciate you, mud butters. Not you, brother. There's a delay. There's a delay. There's a delay. There's a delay. Trump calling his supporters stupid was the smartest and most honest thing he's ever said. That is true. That is very, very true. It's one of the funniest clips because they just don't even get it. They don't even get that he's calling them stupid.
Smart people don't like me.
We know. I mean, if you ever wonder why Bannon said we're all going to prison,
As God is my witness, if we lose the midterms and we lose 2028, some in this room are going to prison, myself included.
I have no faith in that. I don't think like electing Democrats means anyone's going to prison. I think the Democrats are, fully responsible for this cover-up. That's why I got to learn more about the laws of citizens arresting people, because I think it's up to the people now. I don't know. Just throwing that out there. I have no idea. I got to look it up. Again, welcome. This is my church. I'm Rob. Any denomination, welcome here. We preach the word of Jesus, and Jesus said, for any of those who make little ones stumble, anyone who makes a young one, because when they say girls, or when they say, like young women, they're talking about girls. They're talking about children. Jesus said, it's Matthew 18:9. I forgot. I looked it up yesterday. I don't need to know the thing, but if you want to. Jesus said millstone. Just look that up. Matthew 18:6. I got the 6 confused. What's it when you're not dyslexic, but you read shit upside down? Is that a thing? Can we create that? I read the 6 as a 9. Matthew 18:6, where Jesus says, for anyone who's going to make the children stumble and fall into sin, it's better for you to have a millstone tied around your neck and thrown into the sea. Those are Jesus's words. You're not hearing that one often enough today, right? That's why you're here. The only joke is in your hand when you go pee, PC. That's the only joke you know, buddy. 86 A-Golf Diddler. Oh, I wish I could like that. I wish I could like that. Oh, and God bless you for speaking truths about our Lord and Savior. I always will. Listen, I'm powered by Christ, man. I'm like, what do they used to say? Gotta have your Wheaties in the morning? I gotta have my Jesus every morning. Just so I know I can battle these fucking demons. That's what I'm doing. I'm battling the Demogorgons. And listen, Jesus loved everybody. The Good Samaritan parable, where Martin Luther King tells it so much better than I do. But essentially, the Samaritan, even though there was Steph saying, what's up, man? If Trump wasn't born rich, he would be the lazy, dirty McDonald's worker that none of the other workers want to be scheduled with. He would be a fucking scumbag. If he wasn't born rich, give me a break. He would have passed in Vietnam. He would have never even made it to McDonald's. He couldn't have worked there. That guy got no work ethic whatsoever. The only thing he's good at is running his mouth. But the Samaritan parable, essentially because the guy who was hurt was he was an other, but the Samaritan didn't wonder what would happen to him for helping someone. He didn't think about society going, oh, you helped that guy? The Good Samaritan said, what will happen to that guy if I don't help him? And this is a beautiful thing. And that's the Jesus story. Again, you have to be armed with this knowledge, because if they're going to go out there and say, like, we're a Christian nation, and then they're like not feeding the hungry, not helping the poor, not housing the homeless, not healing the sick, then you're not a Jesus country. Okay? You're using Jesus as a fucking billy club. And I won't have any of that shit. That's why I'm an ordained reverend, because I got to fight against these powers, What did Jesus, what was it, DMX said? We should all pray in Jesus' name, amen. No weapon raised against me shall prosper. All the mouths that speak ill of me shall be demised. There's something like that. Go listen to DMX. He's amazing. Bye-bye, MAGA. The lefties are never going to shut up. We're going to take over. We're going to redistribute Elon Musk's wealth, and we're going to give you health care. See, that's the difference. I need to make a short video and just say, here's the difference between MAGA and lefties and the people who believe in Jesus, because MAGA doesn't believe in Jesus. They believe in orange, fat Jesus, the one from America who's given everything by his dad and bankrupted casinos, who's all over the Epstein files. The difference between MAGA and lefties are MAGA wants you to have no rights and be oppressed. They want you DEAD, okay? And lefties want to take back that wealth that Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos have extracted from our tax money, that they are stealing our tax money. We want to redistribute that wealth to the people and give them health care, ensure they have housing, make sure they have food, make sure they can take 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 vacations a year, have a 3-day work week. I want your life to be better. MAGA, you're seeing what's happening right now. Just look around. Just look around. And if it hasn't affected you yet, guess what? You're next. You're next. Oh, do you think they're just taking the Constitution away from certain people? You think that's how power works? You're adorable. You obviously don't know anything about history. So that's the big difference. MAGA is what's happening right now, violating the Constitution, proving that your rights are just privileges. And leftists, us radical woke leftists, the ones that the Republicans and Democrats warn you about. Ooh, we want to seize Elon Musk's assets and redistribute that money to the people who are hungry, sick, needy, homeless. I drove by a homeless vet today, and because our country is trying to take cash away from everybody, I stopped, even though it was a green light, and said, man, I have no cash, but no fucking person should be homeless. You deserve this is so sickening. And it's fucking heartbreaking that we have homeless vets out in 5-degree weather begging for money. It's unreal that MAGA supports that. Because if they didn't, they wouldn't have voted for this fucking crook. And they would have wanted people like, there's not many people. Bernie Sanders, I guess, I have not much hope in the establishment, but people like me who would say, no, there shouldn't be 25 empty homes in America for every homeless person. We shouldn't have people who serve this country out on the streets begging for money. This is not a great country. This is a shithole country, and MAGA has made it that way, and they've ensured that it's that way, that we don't have rights, that we don't have privileges, that we only have to, yes, sir, yes, sir. Oh, who died this time? Was it Charlie Clan? Oh, yes, sir, we'll act right in line. We'll show me the toxicology report. Prove to me Charlie Clan didn't die from fentanyl, because that's what I think. I want to see the toxicology. We don't know. Remember when MAGA did that with fucking so many people? Remember? Throw it back in their fucking faces. Show me the toxicology. Charlie Kirk, Brian Thompson, CEO, middle management CEO of United Healthcare. I think he died of fentanyl too. There's no toxicologies to prove this wrong, guys. You have to understand. I need to see some toxicology. As soon as they show me the toxicology reports, I'll relent. I will go, you know what? You're right. I was wrong. And that's the true mark of a man. If you're wondering, what's a woman? She covers her drink when you walk by. What's a man? He can admit when he's wrong. That's a hard lesson. You never heard Donald Trump do that. He's never been wrong, which is suspect, by the way. But yeah, show me the toxicology report. I think Charlie Clan died of fentanyl. Who else thinks that? I do. Alexander Green, I respect that. Here's a thought. Let us see the text. Guys, you do have the internet. That's how you're on YouTube. So you can look this stuff up. The Epstein files, justice.gov, okay? Storm Shadax, thank you for the $10 super chat. Keep on keeping on. You made excellent points. Don't ever change. Down with MAGA, down with Trump. Watch the smooth brains crashing out. Has also been enjoyable. Got a dip, but thank you for subscribing. That means the world to me. And thank you so much for the super chat. I'm supported by viewers like you, and that's it. I ain't taking no filthy money from these swine capitalists. We're going to do this organic. The people will decide, and I am so grateful for you to supporting the channel. And if you want to support the channel like Storm Shadax, that's amazing. That's how I want to do this. Okay. I've taken commercial money before. I worked in radio for a long time. And you know what? Unless I truly, truly, truly believe in it, I'm not going to be selling you me undies. I'm not going to be fucking selling you a plot of land in Scotland that was just a scam so you could call yourself Lord or Lady. Just like when Elon Musk and Joe Rogan were like, we want to say the R word again. We're going to vote for Donald Trump. It's like, you fucking dimwits. You could always say the R word. Just like you could call yourself a lord or a lady and print your own fucking Scottish title. Like, I'm not going to sell you that bullshit. I'd rather be supported by viewers like you. So thank you so much. I appreciate you. Appreciate you. Bye-bye, MAGA. Bye-bye, useful idiots. I couldn't even call them useful idiots. They're just idiots. They aren't useful. They just fucking pawns in a bigger game of these creeps. Absolute creeps. Still, this is from, what is it called? Waterford Whisper News. I found them on Twitter. They just do funny ass news. It's so good. Hold on. What one was this? This is, okay, so I'll show you another thing. I'm glad you can't read it. It's kind of blurry. I'll read it to you. But this is from Peggy Segal to Jeffrey Epstein. And she's talking about going from Amsterdam to Nairobi. We land in the morning. And then she comes down here. Hold on. And she says, coming to Palm Beach to see you in January, taking photos. We'll have a ball and think of you all the time. Can I bring a little baby back for you? Or two? Boys or girls? ? So Madonna. When I say these are the worst people on earth, that's like an understatement. These are the worst people on earth. The worst. And I can't like emphasize that enough. And MAGA, you put these creeps in power. Well, that and Elon Musk, rigging the election. But we'll find that out soon enough. That's the problem with being a leftist. You're correct too soon, so people go, oh, you're crazy. But I've been saying seize Elon Musk's assets because he's a legal immigrant from South Africa, which nobody call ICE on him, but he is a legal immigrant. His brother said so. If you don't believe me, let me play the clip. Hold on. If you don't believe me, Kimball, who's also in the files, he's the one that said it, not me. Guys, you think I'm making this shit up. I'm not. I just listen when they tell me. That's it. I just listen. When they tell me shit, I go, oh, really?
They realized that we were illegal immigrants.
Oh, they realized me and my brother were illegal immigrants. I don't know. I don't snitch, so I won't call ICE, but, But yeah, these are the worst people on earth. You can find these files. These are not hidden, okay? Whoa, what is that? What the hell is that? Who is that? How do I? Kath, 1017. Thank you. Send party blowers. I've never even seen that. That's so cool. That scared me. I was like, I'm being flagged. Oh, shit. I gotta go. The government's here. No, I'm just kidding. Who said that? Listen, I'll give you a 24-hour timeout. Next time I ban you, you start talking shit like that. Get the fuck out of here. Bye-bye, MAGA. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Let's see. What else can I show you? Epstein had monstrous fun with Bill Gates. He even got an STD. Bill. What is Bill saying today? Has Bill made any comments? Let's see. Probably not. It's like these fucking creeps could have just lived out their lives, But money is nothing to them. This is what I mean. When people like bootlick for these people, and they're like, don't tax them. It's like, do you not understand? They don't know what to do. They have so much money. They're doing the most horrific things imaginable. He wanted to secretly get medication from Jeff Epstein to secretly give his wife. She didn't divorce him quick enough. You know what I mean? Like if this came out pre-divorce, I'm sure he'd be living in the gutter down by the ocean right now. Let's see. Bill Gates' statement. Not on climate change. Denies completely the false claim. I'm not even going to read it. Right. Denies complete. I love it. That's their whole game plan too. And you'll see some of the MAGA. They eat it up. They're swine for the lies. They're just swine. The greedy little swine hogs dipping their face in the trough of lies. They're like, oh yeah, I believe Bill Gates, blah, 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 blah. This is a bunch of, when fashion comes to America, it'll be wrapped in the flag carrying a cross. Who said that? Who said that? I know somebody. I've read that before. This is a good one, though. That's a good one. You need to get a job. Texas Tony, you need to get a new senator. You elected, what's his name? Rafael Cruz. He's a Canadian. Plus, Texas used to be like, hey, we like our pew-pews. And now you're rolling over showing your yellow bellies while Minnesota is teaching you what it's like to be an American. Jesus. Don't open your mouth in here. Keep your mouth quiet from now on unless you're going to say something worthwhile like Donald Trump's a rapper. So is this bash conservatives are open to all? It depends. You know, where do you fall on supporting the most heinous people on earth? Again, I can't stress this enough. Where do you think God's design style? So if you're going to support the most despicable humans on earth, there's an old saying, you know, be nice to everybody except for fascists. And he's a fascist. Let's see, what else do we got? Oh yeah, this is another one. Elon Musk. This is so funny. This is the Elon Musk, and if you don't know, this is Viv, his daughter. She's amazing. Had an amazing interview with Hassan. I love this child is amazing to come from Elon Musk. But she says, remember, this is Elon's daughter. So this is her recollection. You can deny this, MAGA. There was a boat ride from St. Vincent's at St. Bart's. I remember when I was little. We used to visit around the holidays. I remember seeing the sea being so dark at night. I'm sure Elon Musk was just trying to do drive-bys at Little St. James, being like, are there any lights on? He said they were shutting down operations. Are we sure there's no lights on? If you don't know what I'm talking about, hold on, is this the email? No. There's so many emails with Jeffrey Epstein and, what's his name? Ooh, here's another one for you, MAGA. And this is, listen, this is why, like, you know, MAGA is the worst of the worst. Because if you're supporting this, if you're supporting conservatives who are helping hide this, except for, I think, Thomas Massey, even a lot of the Democrats are helping hide this. But, you know, just read this statement right up here. This is defendant Trump telling the plaintiff that if she ever said anything, if she didn't want to appear like he was capable of having her whole family. There's another one where somebody threatened a child on behalf of Donald Trump, saying you'll become fertilizer for the back nine. And you know what immediately sparked in my mind? I went, well, where did Donald Trump bury his first wife? Or was it his second wife? I can't keep track with all these family values politicians. Either way, Donald Trump buried one of his wives on his golf course. So that threat that somebody made for Donald Trump saying he'd turn her into fertilizer for the back nine really was eerie, because it made you think. Dig up his golf courses. Seize his assets. Dig up his golf courses. Fucking. By the way, did you see this protest sign in Boston? God bless Boston. America runs on due process, bitches, and if you don't like it, suck it. Well, we don't really anymore, but, you know. Here's a list of people who knew about Jeffrey. Again, you can go to justice.gov and find all these for yourself. David Copperfield, that was surprising. But here's the one that wasn't surprising. Donald Trump, knowledge of finances and defendant's desire for, that's children. I don't know why they put minor, but that's children. This is kind of the horrific one, warning. These are headlines across from the internet from major news outlets. Donald Trump accused of measuring childs with 13-year-old claims forced her into acts, measuring finger at auction. Why isn't Donald Trump suing all these outlets for defamation? We all know that when the birthday card thing happened, he was like, I'm going to sue Rupert Murdoch and the Wall Street Journal for $1 jillion. That's adorable. Where are all the defamation suits today? Working overtime? We're going to hear about them tomorrow? Is that what it is? Is he going to sue every outlet? Is he going to sue his own Justice Department for releasing the Epstein files? Is that how this is going to go? You see what I mean? These are the worst of the worst people. There's no defending this. And they lied to you about it too. We already went over Elon's stuff, but remember, Epstein tried to get me to go and I refused. No, you begged to go there, you fucking loser. You begged to go there so bad that, remember, Jeff had to say, Ghislaine, deal with this, thank you. And Ghislaine had to write him and say, I'm so sorry, Elon. He just walked out the door. He's a billionaire, but he doesn't have a cell phone. He just walked out the door. He actually told me he was thinking of winding Little St. James operation down. But we'll reach out to you. Don't call us anymore. Please stop emailing. We'll reach out to you if we get things going again. We'll reach out to you. What a fucking pathetic loser. Imagine having $1 trillion and getting ghosted by the scummiest people on earth. Imagine having $1 trillion and being like, I dumped them. And then the emails come out where they're like, Jeff is like, Ghislaine, can you please fucking deal with this nerd? I can't take him anymore. He's calling me good sir. And he's saying epic vacation. Like, we can't have that shit. Like, you would never think the bottom floor, like 6 feet deep under the grave kind of fucking scum would have a, like, you know, would have a bar set where they're like, we just can't have Elon Musk here. It's going to ruin everything. Ghislaine, can you please write him? And she's like, think we're shutting the St. James operation down. Bummer. Hey, if we start up, we'll email you. Don't email us anymore. Please. Elon, you're the most pathetic fucking loser in your life. Go back to South Africa. This is why your father, Errol, married your stepsister, because he couldn't tolerate you. You understand me? I hope this transmission gets to you, because you're a loser and you should fucking quit everything. Go back to South Africa with your emerald diamonds in your pockets and kick rocks. Get out of America. Sam, you have EDS, Epstein dysfunction system, and you probably have ED, but I can't believe there's people like reading what's going on and they're like, man, this guy really hates Trump. What a biased asshole. It's like, yeah, I'd hate anybody that did what Trump did. I wouldn't want him in my neighborhood. I wouldn't want him running my country. What kind of brain damage do you have? Or let me guess, was your family tree just fucking lacking? Did your family tree look like a crown of thorns? A bunch of pricks all trying to hump each other? Yeah, most conservatives have ED. Yeah, all you got to do is put on Fox News and see what their commercials are. They're like, do you have ED? Do you have dementia? Do you have ED and dementia? Do you have dementia and you forgot you had ED? Well, you got a pill for that. They get so mad. Listen, Aaron, the funniest thing about MAGA is they pretend to be like these alpha boys, right? Oh, we're the proud boys. We're so proud. We cover our face with masks and we're the toughest ever. But then you say the radical left wants to redistribute the wealth and give it back to the people so they can have health care. And they're like, the radical left is coming. Fucking morons. They're such morons. Anybody that says beta as a serious person is not a serious person. You understand me, Thomas? Fucking, I don't have the crayons to explain it to you, but anyone who uses beta as like a real fucking term is a deeply unserious person. I usually call you skibbity beta cucks, but that's a joke, you know? Like, I don't use that language in real life because, you know, I'm not a fucking joke. Jesus. Not you? Oh, okay. Well, listen, call them skibbity betas, okay? Skibbity betas. Because we have to mock them. We have to, here's the thing. I learned this like a decade and a half ago when Trump was coming to power, and you could look this up. I forget the dude's name, but he was like this Republican fucking behind the scenes guy. And what he did, do you guys remember the 1619 Project when they were like all about not learning history and defunding education? They were super hyper like, if you read books, you're gonna feel bad, you know? And I don't know, smart people were like, are you fucking dumb? Are you fucking dumb? If you learn your history, you're gonna feel bad about it? She said, what the fuck are you talking about? You know, and they were on this big campaign to like, hey, we gotta be uneducated, folks. And, you know, people in Oklahoma were like, hurrah! This guy said, we're gonna turn words toxic. You can find, this is on the internet. I'll have to find it. But he said, the goal is to turn words toxic. So when they say woke, it doesn't mean anything. It's just everything bad. When you say radical leftist, it doesn't even have a meaning to them. It literally, he said, we're not going to have meanings. We just want to turn words toxic. And what they were doing was tricking dum-dums to not know things and just go woke bad. You know, even though like you want to be woke. Dan Vagina, who's like the FBI is not trustable. Like that's woke, dude. The fuck are you talking about? You believe in a deep state? That's woke. Like these people are so moronic, they don't even understand. Like you've been duped to think like woke means bad because Republicans all aligned on that. And they were like, just turn these words toxic. DEI, toxic. They don't even know what it means. It's a bad thing, and you don't even need to know. That's what they did. And it's been over a decade-long campaign, and people just hear words, and they're like Pavlovian dogs. They start to fucking get scared and clutch their pearls. Oh no, the radical left woke is coming for me. Oh my God, what do they want to do? They want to make ambulance rides free? That doesn't sound that bad. 3-day work week? What the fuck? Housing for all? Shit, I might be radical and woke. You know what I mean? Because when you find out what we want, you're speaking to the head of Antifa radical woke church. I don't know what you want to call this. And I'm telling you, even MAGA, I don't want you to die from lack of healthcare. I don't want you to die because United Healthcare was like, make the AI deny their claims. You know, and that's what they're fighting against. They're fighting against people like me being like, hey, we shouldn't give all our tax money to ICE and to billionaires, and like we should just have healthcare and no one should be homeless. There's 25 empty homes for every homeless person in America. You can look this up. The internet's amazing. When I was growing up, we had to go to the library to find this shit out. The internet's incredible. As long as you're not just going to like Tim Pool or Fox News, you know. Those people are very deeply untrustworthy and deeply unserious. But it's just incredible, really, when you let people know, like, you know what I'm fighting for when MAGA comes in here and they're like, yeah, I hope you learn the lesson Don Lemon did. And you're like, that's your vision of America? No more independent journalists? Okay. You know, like I want Tim Pool to face charges, but that's just because he took Russian blood money. But, you know, decent people that believe in Jesus, right here, you know, Black Jesus, the one who spoke and read in the Bible, I think you should have free healthcare. Oh, you're just entitled free. No, you dummy. I want you to be entitled to healthcare. And do you know how? We tax the rich. We're taxing the rich. We're taking all their money back because it's our tax money anyway. I've lived through a bunch of crashes and I've seen so many bailouts to corporations and very wealthy people. And I've never seen a bailout to any fucking working class person. Sorry, I had to explain that. Look at him. You're dumb. You're a loser. I know, guys. I know. I'm so dumb and a loser. We just tax millionaires here in Massachusetts, and anybody can get a free college education, a free bachelor's degree. No kid goes hungry in school. We eliminated school lunch debt, and we brought in over $5 billion in revenue, not to mention our millionaire population grew by 39%, but I'm a dumb loser. Like, do you hear these people? They're so fucking can't even argue the fucking facts of my points that they just have to go dumb loser. Well, let me remind you what your fucking queef king, Donald Trump, thinks of you. This is why I have that clip. Because Donald Trump literally called you stupid and you were too stupid to understand.
Smart people don't like me.
Smart people don't like him. Donald Trump called me smart and he called you stupid. I love that. Thank you, Donald. Thank you. You didn't have to call me smart. I already kind of knew that. I already kind of knew that when I said, nah, that guy's in the Epstein files. Ain't fucking voting for that queef. They cheered. Oh, mad about brows. Hold on. Mad about brows. You want to hear cheering? This is my favorite fucking one. I was playing it the other day because I was like, you got to listen to the background. These people are so fucking dumb. Like, he's saying, I love the poorly educated. We're mad about brows. Number one, rad name. Who isn't mad about brows? You know what I mean? Mine are thick. I don't pluck them. I should. Maybe I should. Does that threaten MAGA? If I plucked my eyebrows, does that you know what? I'm gonna threaten MAGA right now. Look at my hair color. Oh my God, he must be a radical wokist. Are you too sensitive to dye your hair? Let me tell you something. You should. Just experience it once. I bet you hated Kurt Cobain and everybody in the fucking music business. Jesus Christ, these people are so sensitive. Mad about brows. That was the name of my brow biz. That's awesome. I like it. Support Mad About Brows. Because this is such an interesting point. When you think about what he's saying, what Donald Trump is fucking calling his cult base. He's calling them stupid. He's saying, I love the poorly educated. I love you fucking dummies. You're going to put me in power and I'm going to take all your rights, your healthcare, your money. I'm going to grift. I'm going to destroy this country. I work for Putin and Netanyahu. And I want you to listen to the background noise. Like Mad About Brows said. Listen, I'm going to play this clip. Listen to the people woo-hooing in the background. They should not be able to breed, okay? I'm a firm believer in certain people, like Elon Musk, too late, not being able to breed. And these fucking dummies in the background should not be able to.
Educated, I love the poorly educated.
Do you hear the woo, woo? It's like, you idiots. He's saying he loves how stupid you are, and you're woo-hooing? Oh, shit. I couldn't be caught dead around people that are stupid, man. That would hurt my brain.
Educated, I love the poorly educated.
Woo! They are cheering on their own stupidity, and they don't even realize it. Thank you, Mad About Brows. I hope you've hit subscribe and the notification bell. By the way, I'm Rob. I'm an ordained reverend. I'm a former addict. I've been homeless before. I've encountered all kinds of suffering. I have many guardian angels. I lost my family at a young age. I've been orphaned. I understand the struggle. And people who have truly been through that, they don't want other people to suffer. That's what you call character, building character. When you've encountered hunger, homelessness, addiction, I don't think I can say some of the words here that involve my life. But when you've encountered these things, you go, fuck, man, if I can stop one other person from having to endure that, it's worth it. So I'm here on YouTube now. I was on the radio, but my anti-capitalist fucking talk, don't fly too well. Plus, sometimes I have a big mouth, like when Metallica came on and they were giving away tickets, and I was like, Metallica sucks. I'm sorry, I have the meme. Let me show you what I'm talking about. I'll show you, because I'll never delete this off my phone. Let me show you. Let me show you why Metallica sucks. It's not just their music. Their music is basic bitch shit at best. Listen to some Killswitch Engage. Don't engage with Metallica. They're just fucking horrible people. Where is it? How far back do I gotta go? Hold on. Give me a second. Where is it? Where's that picture of Lars, that fart in human form? My Christ. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Am I not going to be able to find it right now? Come on. Come on. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Come on. Hold on. I don't want to have to just tell you for myself. I like when the memes can back me up. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Come on, man. This was like the perfect time to talk about it. Where is the Lars thing? I knew I had it. 25 years ago, Lars Ulrich of Metallica snitches and turns in over 300,000 Napster users when he testified in front of the Senate Judiciary Committee, July 11, 2000. Fuck you, Metallica. Fuck you, Lars, you snitch-ass bitches. And listen, I remember this very well. I was using Napster, LimeWire, because I thought it was a radical thing to share people's music. They had enough money. Who cares if people were like, hey, this is an awesome band, listen to it. And these bitches act like snitches? Plus, they had just released Stinkfinger or Saint Anger, whatever you want to call it. And I went, this is some basic ass bitch material. Even the name Metallic. Give me a break. Look at that fucking nerd. Never support these losers. I'm fake ordained. Bitch, don't you threaten my Lord and Savior. Don't, Jesus, don't. Sorry, it's just communing with my God. You're safe for now, but I can't be with him all the time, What? No, please don't. Please don't. So, when you say stuff like this on the air, when you're like, Metallica sucks, and they get very mad, and they pull you in a room after you get off the air, and they go, you can't say that. I don't know. I thought radio was being honest. I guess what we're learning is to be in mainstream media, you just have to be a propagandist, and I refuse to be that. Kath. Thank you, Kath. Thank you. Thank you, Kath. That was around the Reload album. When was Saint Anger? ...2003, you're correct, sorry. I called it Stinkfinger. It was fucking horrible. Most of their music is, but anyways. I still use Napster? No way. Is Napster still around? Get the fuck out of here. Oh my God. I thought they killed it. I thought Metallica killed it. I bet it's not like Winamp. Yo, that's a deep cut 88 Infinity. I don't know Winamp. I knew Kazaa, LimeWire, Napster. Because, yo, you could get anything. You know how many CDs I have? This is a poser chap, later wimps. Okay, go to Tim Pool's thing where he's going to tell you, I'm not licking people. I'm the boot. Yeah, I love to hear it. You know who's been really quiet? Did I even take a picture of it? Hold on. Hold on. Let me show you this. When that dude leaves, see you later. Please don't comment again and don't subscribe. Get the fuck out of here. No one is labeled as mentally unstable more than the people who see through the bullshit. No one is gossiped about more than the one who's truly authentic. No one is smeared and called crazy more than a truth teller, because no one is more feared than the one who speaks it like it is. Remember that. That's not for me. That's for you guys out there. That's for you. I saved this shit just like I want to play something for you before we do wrap up. I'm not wrapping up yet because we got some more stuff. Look, the Boss came on stage with Tom Morello at the concert from Minnesota in Minneapolis. By the way, that's on YouTube. You can watch them singing Killing in the Name of when he just lets the crowd do it. Amazing. But I want to play this video for you real quick. It's a minute long. But this is worth it, okay? This dude speaks knowledge. Hold on.
All right, 3 years of therapy in 60 seconds. Here we go. Number one, turns out your parents did their best and also kind of fucked you up. But guess what? At the end of the day, you got to deal with it. Number two, no one is coming to save you. No magical mentor, no secret billionaire uncle.
You hear that, MAGA? Donald Trump ain't coming to save you. If you don't believe, if you go, why is he talking to MAGA right now? Because here's a clip of an Arkansas soy farmer. I call them soy boys. Where he says, Donald Trump, you came here and said you loved us, me, and now we need to see the fruits of that love. And it's like, bro, Donald Trump's a liar. He's a fucking a proven liar. He don't even love Melania. And she definitely don't love him. Yo, how crazy is it that they released the Epstein files to cover for the Melania movie? That's so nuts. The Melania movie failed so bad, they were like, release the files. Distract from it.
Mr. Trump, he looked at me, sir, and he said, I love you. Mr. Trump, I need to see the fruit of your love.
And thank God that guy's never been to a strip club and find out real hard that the girls don't like you.
Not even fucking Batman. It's just you. And yeah, that includes doing basic stuff like folding your laundry before it becomes a fucking roommate. Number three, boundaries. That doesn't mean blocking somebody on Instagram. Say it with me. No. With a smiley face. No. See? Revolutionary. Don't have to be mean or rude. Number four, stop chasing people who treat you like a fucking option. I'm not a side quest. And if they can't see that, they need to go play somebody else's game. Number five, self-care isn't bath bombs and face masks. It's getting 8 hours of sleep, eating something that grew in the ground, and answering that email before it ruins your whole fucking week.
Before it ruins your whole fucking week. I know that accounts to some of you. It's applied to me before. Answer that email. Take care of it. Don't be scared. Do it correctly.
Number six, feelings don't kill you. Crying won't kill you. Screaming into a pillow won't kill you. But ignoring your feelings, oh, that's going to destroy you from the inside out. Number six.
That is the truth. That you will learn in therapy. Don't hide your feelings. I know MAGA men think they need to take Joe Rogan's alpha pill, listen to Tim Pool, and just be the toughest guy ever. But that's not real life. That's why you see Donald Trump being like, I'm always the greatest. I'm always the greatest. While he's like, you know, exploding into a fatter and fatter McRib. Like, it's just not real. Men, it's okay to fucking have feelings. Truth.
7, you don't find yourself, you build yourself.
You don't find yourself, you build yourself. Remember that. Write it down. You never find yourself, you're building yourself every day. That's what character is.
Day by day, some days you're leveling up, and other days you're responding at square one. Both of them count. And last but not least, most of the time it's not that deep. You're not cursed. You're just tired, thirsty, and maybe overdue for a snack. There you go. That's 3 years of therapy condensed into a 60-second rant. I saved you 15 grand. Venmo me $5.
I love that, dude. I saved you 15 grand. Venmo me $5. This is another important thing I didn't play at the beginning because there's so much in the Epstein files. But I wanted to play this. This is Frank Zamora. Oh, where's that Texas? Where's that Texas dude? Where's that Texas dude? I bet that Texas dude left. Not tough enough to take it. Oh, what's up, Dusty? You're not a good person. You're a person who chooses to do good things. Or, Dusty, if you've ever watched 30 Rock, one of my favorite TV shows, when Liz Lemon, a.k.a., what's her face? Tina Fey, goes up to Tracy Morgan, and she's like, how you doing? You doing good? And he goes, Superman does good. I'm doing well. It doesn't really apply, but I always think of that when somebody says, you're not a good person, you do good things. Superman does good. I'm doing well. And Tracy Morgan corrected the Liz Lemon in the show. 30 Rock. Amazing TV show. Own it, own it, own it. They called out Bill Cosby before the Bill Cosby stuff. It's crazy. It's like the Simpsons of good comedy.
My name is Frank Zamora. I'm a former COSA and former state of Texas employee. And today I'm here to make the desperate plea that given the extenuating circumstances, we must cease all cooperation between SAPD and ICE in San Antonio. We all know how we got here. Last November, this country voted for mass deportation now based on the well-funded lie that migrants commit crime at a dangerous or higher rate than the American people. Despite countless statistics and journalists debunking it, the migrant crime lie still won at the polls. Now, I recognize the temptation of cooperating with ICE. It's quiet in red states right now. But the reality is that red states are calm because our governors have made us weak. We have adopted the very un-Texan policy of roll over and just let it happen. And we have given free rein to amateur thugs who have made it clear they have no intention of following the law. Last May, the Trump administration said it was actively looking into suspending the right of habeas corpus. 2 weeks ago, the vice president informed ICE agents that they have absolute immunity. And only yesterday, as was previously mentioned, the Associated Press revealed that ICE agents were sent a memo telling them that they had the power to disregard the Fourth Amendment and enter homes without warrants. If they have plainly declared that they will not follow the law, we cannot treat them as a law enforcement agency.
Guys got bars. If they can't follow the law, we can't treat them as a law enforcement agency. I don't know. That just makes sense.
Now, I am a strong advocate for police reform.
I don't want to hear this shit. Whatever. Police reform. Get over there.
To protect the untrained and the negligent. Thank you.
That dude is awesome. Frank Zamora saying Texas is being a bunch of pusses right now, rolling over, showing their belly, saying, oh yeah, you can impede our rights all you like. What is this? Oh, that's the Lars thing. Hold on. I wanted to pull up something. Something. What is it? What is it? Oh, hold on. Let me show you. Street art. I love Scotland. Shout out to all my Scots. They street arted Donald Trump's golf course and wrote Fat Nixon. Fat Nixon. Oh, shit. Those people. Here, you want to see MAGA? Here's MAGA. Here's MAGA. No more wars. Don't tread. We hate BDS. More wars. Obey. Send money to Argentina. We are all BDS. Here it is. Here it is. Just in case you didn't know. Just in case you didn't know. Screenshot it. Read it. Dusty. At sea. Yeah, it was kind of crazy. I hope it was just little person as ICE is so abusive to kids. So abusive. And with this new drop of the Epstein files, where are they taking the kids? Where? they caca in the golf holes in Scotland. Oh, I hope they do. That's amazing. It's amazing. Oh, we have a lot to learn from the Scottish and the Irish. Check your law. Do you dish? That's my cousin. You might know him, you might not. He's a hero, did nothing wrong. By the way, I'm Rob. Please subscribe. Please hit the notification bell. Because 88 Infinity is here. Hold on, I got to do a smaller one. And this is the Church of Radical Communion. I'm your ordained Reverend Rob. Welcome. The other day we came up with this new T-shirt design. Christ has riz. Thank you, 88 Infinity, if you're still here. If you'd like to get this shirt, Class Consciousness Clothing, my store is down in the description. And feel free, when you come into my church, you will see the sign hanging, Christ has riz. Because you know he was beloved by all, the poor, the sinners, the sick, the homeless, the needy. He was loved by them. You know who he was hated by? The state, the government, the rulers, the oppressors, the authorities at the time. So much so that he was state marked. You know what I mean? It was funny. I just wanted to show that because he's here. All right, guys. Hold on. Oh, shit. I forgot. There's something big. Hold on. Real quick. Abby Hoffman. Always got to show people this. You measure a democracy by the freedom it gives its dissidents, not the freedom it gives to its assimilated conformists. MAGA. That's it. We really need to go over this real quick because when I say seize Elon Musk's assets, where is it? It's not a joke. I'm not kidding. We need to seize his assets. Not only is he a PDF file enabler and uninvited person, I can't believe they uninvited him. But I just wanted to point this out to you. Not only is Elon Musk floated by our tax money, he got all the government contracts. Why do you think he went into the government? He put a video game system and then tweeted about it. Like, oh, look, I play video games in my office. You can't be CEO of 4 companies and be a special fucking, employee of the White House and be having time for video games. So apparently he does nothing besides siphon our tax money to his companies to float them while he pays himself $1 trillion. But I really wanted to point out that they're reporting 0 federal income tax on billions of income. Link down below if you want to read this for yourself. This is criminal. This shit is criminal. Elon Musk company avoided almost all federal income tax on over $12 billion of income over the past 3 years. Why do you think he funded Trump? Why do you think they gutted the IRS for this? The special agents of the IRS that were fired were the people that went after people of this caliber, and they got rid of them all. This is criminal. Seize his assets and redistribute the wealth so every American can have health care. And do it with all the other ones too. I'm missing something that's going on. MAGA babies. Wah. GFY. Oh, somebody's from New England. That's New England language. You know how MAGA knows TDS and that's it? Here in New England, we speak GFY. If you know, you know. Elon's a con man. He's worse than that. He's worse than that. He's a swine pig. And I just got to show you this one more time. Because this is the funniest shit ever. This is the funniest shit ever. If I can leave you with anything today, just know you'll never be as big as a loser as Elon Musk. Guy can have $1 trillion and still can't be liked by the most heinous scum of the earth. That's what these people are. These aren't my words. This is Elon saying, hey, Jeff, I was thinking of flying down for an epic vacation. Da-da-da told me that you were party girls. I cleared my calendar. What are the details? Thank you, good sir. Elon. And Jeff Epstein goes, Ghislaine, deal with this. Ghislaine goes, remember, this is how big of a loser you have to be. These people would compromise anyone, record anyone, gather blackmail on anyone. I showed you the goddamn tapes. Look, These are the tapes that he has of blackmailing people. These are the video cameras he has set up. He would do it on anyone. Bill Gates is a fucking nerd and a half, and Bill Gates still got invited. Bill Gates got an STD from hanging out with Epstein, okay? So you gotta be the supremest loser there is, a fucking class A nerd, to have this response. Jeff going to Ghislaine, deal with this, please. Ghislaine going, I'm so sorry, Elon. You just missed Jeff. He actually told me he was thinking of winding down the entire Little St. James operation. They lied to the worst people on earth. Were like, I don't know what to tell you. I think we just close it up shop, buddy. And then they say, if it starts up again, we'll let you know. You don't ask us anymore. You don't ask. And there's so many emails of Elon being like, hey, Jeff, can I come over? Hey, Jeff, can I come? Hey, Jeff, I was just flying over the island. Could I stop by? Hey, Jeff, my boat just happened to be passing by. Could I come in? He is the most pathetic fucking loser. And what do you know? They even said, we're closing down the operation. I'm so sorry. Look at the time. You just missed it. We're shutting everything down. We're not even doing this anymore. That's how big of a loser Elon is. It's not criminal. It's tax law. Hey, Juice Man, just so you know, at one point, slavery was legal in America. It didn't make it fucking right or fucking kosher to be a law. Understood? Understood. I hate when fucking nerds hide behind, well, it's just the tax law. Really? Was it the tax law to come in and fire all the people who were the high-end fucking auditors? Really? Get the fuck out of here. Leave this chat and don't fucking come back. Okay? I just can't deal with this shit. You bootlicking fucking simps don't understand that laws are written by these perverts so they can do this shit. Okay, nobody voted for South African illegal immigrant Elon Musk to be in our government, but he sure got in there and then fired everybody. Okay? I don't give a shit about your laws, and you don't either. That's the adorable thing. Donald Trump doesn't give a fuck about laws. Remember what I showed you? The most vital ones? Free speech, free press, fucking free assembly. Remember all these? Can't fucking bust open our door. You don't care about laws. There are no laws in America. Nobody's enforcing the laws. You know how I know? Do you know how I know? Because they're all in the Epstein files. Are you going to be the one that tells me that they're all law-abiding in the Epstein files too? What if they wrote a law that said anything to do with Epstein is the law now? Would you be like, oh, yeah, well, it's just the law. I don't know what you want us to do. We all got to go to Little St. James. Like, is that the fucking logic you're using? I need you to think bigger, buddy. Here, I'm going to show you something. I hope this expands your brain. I'm going to do this for you, even though I muted you, you fucking dummy. God, I hate stupid people. It's just irritating. But I'm going to teach you. Here's something. It's going to expand your brain. The deer isn't crossing the road. The road is crossing the forest. I think that's a Confucius quote. I'm not sure, though. But I want you to remember that, okay? Just because there's a law for it doesn't mean it's fucking right. God, let that be your lesson. In the Church of Radical Communion, I am your ordained pastor, Reverend Rob Dusty. Juice Man, we have to pressure Congress and politicians. We haven't been doing enough pressure of people. Well, Dusty, we don't even need to say that. We can't pressure nobody. You know why? Because the corporations have bought and paid for our politicians. Don't you remember Elon Musk giving Donald Trump $270 million to get elected? You don't pressure anybody when they're funded like that. They go, what do we need? We don't care. And that's what we're seeing right now. They're like, we'll just form our own Epstein army known as the Immigration Chode Enforcement, and we'll just oppress you. So there's got to be another way. That's why I got to look into citizens' arrests, Get me some of them zip ties, ICE, or Immigration and Chode Enforcement keeps using. Exactly. By the way, Dusty, good to see you. Sunshine Euphoria is here, and I get your name correctly. When you do what is right, you can't go wrong. This is a good saying. I like that. Matt Strawhand. Great job, Rob. Thank you. How does 200 mil get him elected? Have you ever tried running for office? You ever tried doing it with no money? I just want you to sit and think on that. But that's okay. There's dummies everywhere. And all that means is you have so much to learn. I'm looking forward. What is your name? Morgman. You have a bright future ahead of you as long as you choose to keep asking questions like that and seeking that knowledge. I don't have the crayons here to paint the picture for you, but you should go on the internet and look up, what it costs to run for president. And you should just look that up. You should just do that. Look at Kamala. She pissed away $200 billion or some shit. Oh, you should look it up. And maybe after you look that up, you should go, wow, that doesn't seem right. Nobody with that much money should be governing over people with so little money. And maybe we should fix that. But you're on the track. You are on the right road of asking questions to make brain wrinkles, to think harder. I like it. They call me Sunshine. All right, my bad. Sunshine. Citizens United must be overturned. And they're starting to do that in Maine. Oh my God, I want to marry my kid and his boyfriend just beat cancer. You would be perfect. You want to marry your kid? Wait, that must have came out wrong. Oh my God, I want you to marry my kid and his boyfriend? He just beat cancer. Okay, now I read it wrong. My apologies. I would love to marry them. I would absolutely fucking love to do that. Can we do like a Zoom? Because it's 5 degrees here in New England. Unless you're in New England. Then listen, we have a Discord link below. Oh, it might have gone bad. But pigtails, hit subscribe, hit the notification bell. I'm here. I'll probably be here tomorrow because let's face it, there's so much in the Epstein files. Like I couldn't even keep up with it. I was like, I just have to go live. Just being on for the past 2 hours, like I've probably missed so much. And I'm trying to gather the funniest shit, like Elon being the biggest loser on earth. And he's just tweeting like, what would you like Grok to do? And everybody's like, you fucking loser, on his own website. But I would love to. I would absolutely love to. I would love to do that. And I'm in Cleveland. Cleveland! Did you ever watch the Drew Carey show? Oh shit, I'm showing my age. I shouldn't be doing that. I shouldn't be doing that. Oh no, wait. I got to, before we go, only because I love this man so much, Bunkbed Coffin. If he goes by he, him. I never want to listen.
Need a UGC video for your business?
What the fuck you think you're doing, bitch? That's my YouTube. Sorry. I didn't mean to act. That, you know what? That was inappropriate. She's just getting her money. That's it. That was my fault. I'm sorry about that. I didn't mean to fucking do that. Where did it go? I want to play for you guys some Bunkbed Coffin. His link is down in the description. I love the show. Cleveland Rock. Oh, all right. Somebody knows. Somebody knows it. It's cold as shit there too. Yeah. Thank you, Matt. I hope you've hit subscribe and the notification bell. But Pigtails, reach out to me. We have a Discord where we get together, book recommendations, organizing stuff. Great Discord. I'll redo the link so you can join, and I would love to. I would absolutely. That would be my honor. Especially you said he'd just beat cancer. Just Be Cancer is fucking amazing, man. It's amazing. That's rad. Send them my love, my congrats, and tell them I would absolutely be honored. But don't be planning that. That's important stuff. Don't plan that for them. Let them make the choice. You know what I mean? We got to let the children make their choices. But I'm honored that you asked me. I truly am. That's one of the sweetest things. I still have that southern accent. Yes, please show them. That's where I'm originally from. Appalachia? Appalachia is beautiful. Gatlinburg, Tennessee. It's Great Smoky Mountains. Listen, there's some radical history out that way. Radical history. Okay, guys, listen. Before I go, I want to play some Bunkbed Coffin. This is
here goes nothing.
His song "Screaming Mime." Link in the description. He's an amazing artist, not AI. Has a soul, creating art. Bunky, I love you. Thank you for letting me use your music. Power to the people.
If I can, 'cause it's
Jesus loves you. Jesus loves everybody. He didn't care. I always have to say this when Soledad said Jesus loves you. I want you to remember that because sometimes people get upset because they're like, why Jesus gotta love me? When I say Jesus loves you, it's because when he was walking this earth, he wasn't checking people's fucking religions. He wasn't. Number one, he was Jewish. But number two, like he didn't give a shit people's religion. Jesus literally embodied somebody who's like, I just love, he reminds me of Mr. Rogers because Mr. Rogers was always like, you know why I love you? Because you're you and nobody else can be you. I would assume that if we watched the deeper cuts, Mr. Rogers probably would have been, except for fascist swine, you know, and everybody in the Epstein files, which is most of the billionaires and the politicians. But not to get too far off point, I'm going to play the rest of Bunkbed Coffin, but Jesus loves because that's it. Doesn't matter what you are, what you believe, who you are, what you, anything. It fucking doesn't matter. And that's what I want people to understand, that Jesus never said like, hey, you got to worship your religion. He didn't. He said, fucking wash people's feet, feed them, heal them, care for them, love them. That's it. That's fucking it. You ain't got to be a Christian. I don't give a shit. God strike me down. I don't give a fuck. You don't have to be. You don't have to be. You just got to know that you're loved because you're you. That's it. That's it. If you're going through a tough time, fucking hang on. Troy, he's a sub. I don't know where you are, but Troy, I told Troy, one of my favorite quotes from Tupac, throw on me against the world. I can't play it for you. And Tupac says, through every dark night, there's a brighter day. So hold on, stick your chest out, keep your head up, and keep going. Keep going. I know shit is tough. I know shit is dark. But I'll look into citizens' arrests, and as soon as I can do them, I will be arresting all these people. Citizens' arrest. I'm not only an ordained reverend, but I'm pretty sure I can perform a citizen's arrest. I gotta look into it, but don't worry, guys. We're gonna get out of this, okay? This shit ain't gonna happen forever. We're gonna seize Elon Musk's assets and redistribute the wealth. We're gonna be like goddamn Robin Hood. One of my favorite movies. The cartoon one.
In the mirror and look down in shame. They all want the face on the TV screen. It's a wild thing,
You know Jesus was a hippie sunshine. He wore flip-flops and a dress. This is Bunkbed Coffin. You can find him on YouTube, link in the description. Please go support Bunkbed. He's fucking amazing. Listen to his whole thing. He does covers, everything.
but somehow
Bunkbed Coffin's so good. And listen, I have a duty to share music with you guys. This is part of why I love doing this. Check out Us Versus Them. If you're into like Rage Against the Machine, check out Us Versus Them. They're on YouTube. Check out Kneecap, Irish rappers, amazing. And if you're into socialist music or, you know, anti whatever the fuck is going on, check out Moonwalker. All great, all great. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. Led Zeppelin's amazing. Led Zeppelin's amazing. I seen Shine Down with Haley Williams, or Shine Down, but I was going for Paramore. And then when I was leaving the show, I walked right by Haley Williams, and I was like, I've never been starstruck, but that was one time I was starstruck. Hey man, I enjoyed the stream. Would dig to learn more about your views. I'm typically more work for what I want in life. If you do something, always give your 100. Listen. I've watched too many close friends, family members die giving 120% I watch too many people currently either not be able to find work or their work doesn't pay enough. I work with too many people, young folks that are working 2 and 3 jobs just to fucking afford rent, where that is long gone. What you're talking about is the 1970s single earner economy style, like if you work hard enough, you can retire and da-da-da-da-da, and that doesn't exist in today's age. I'm not saying you don't have to work hard. Jesus Christ, I got a job, I do this, I got a bunch of other things going on, and still we struggle. What I'm talking about is the exploitation, the trickle down economics that happened after Reagan, and it has consistently been exploiting the wealth from us. I'm talking about the minimum wage not being raised since 2009, just up in New Hampshire. You get paid $27.25. You can't even buy a fucking Big Mac. I mean, so that is a lie that you've been sold and propagandized to, that if you just work hard enough, and it doesn't exist. I would love to believe that. I'm not anti-hard work, and that's where so many people misconstrue things. In fact, I watch people that I love work so fucking hard just to scrape by. Not to save, not to go on vacation, not to buy a home, just to get by. And as soon as you realize that, or as soon as you experience it, the facade shatters and you see through it. So I would love for you to hit subscribe, hit the notification bell. I can totally go into that stuff, and I can prove what I'm talking about. You know, just like I can prove taxing wealth, not work, works. We did it in Massachusetts in 2022, and it worked. No kid goes hungry at school. You can get a free bachelor's degree. There's amazing things that I would love to share with you, and I think are important. So I'm not against hard work. I'm just against exploitation. I play the piano. I think we all love music, or we should. That's what I mean. Sunshine, you should be able to play the piano fucking 5 days a week, and maybe work 2 if you want, you know? And that's the other thing. Whoever said that, Dudley or Dude, or I'm sorry, I didn't get your name, but I want you to read this book. It's cheap. It's a cheap book. It really is. Find it on eBay. Don't buy it from Amazon. I want you to buy this book. And in it, there's a whole chapter about Henry Ford and Thomas Kellogg or something, and how they thought in the year 2022 we'd be working 15-hour weeks because the technology would be so good and everybody would be living these lavish lives. And it turns out all we got was another golden age of fucking robber barons that are way wealthier and have bought all the politicians, so we can't have an FDR style fucking rebirth of the working class. So get this book, Dutch historian Rutger Bregman. Amazing book, amazing. Don't take my word for it. It's in a book. Take a look. It's Reading Rainbow. I can do anything. He came to support the protesters. Yeah, Tom Morello and the boss. And the boss was out there. And the boss was out there. And he had an amazing sign. Arrest the president. Can we do a citizen's arrest? Can somebody write me a warrant? ICE is just printing them up, so I guess anybody can do it now. That's what I mean. We live in a lawless country. We're run by criminals that are all in the Epstein files. I love you guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. Thank you guys for the super chats, for the gifts, for supporting the channel. My dream is to one day do this, but, you know, for the people. You know, not poison their minds like Joe Rogan and Andrew Schultz and Ben Shapiro and Tim Pool and Jessica Waters and all those fucking grifters. But to unite the people, to organize, to have a worldwide fucking thing where we connect and we can build these networks and we can take the power back. Take the power back, all power to the people. I need freaking healthcare. This is a problem in the country, 100%. 100%, I can't emphasize that enough, Sunshine. Everybody needs healthcare. That's why it's called healthcare, because you have a health that since the day we were born, it was degrading. And we can do it. Every other country in this world that is on par with America does it. We can too. I love you. Make sure you hit subscribe. Make sure you hit the notification bell. Peace.